Hi, I'm Vicky Nguyen with IdeateTV at the V3 convention, and I am standing here next to Phil Yu, the man behind AngryAsianMan blog. How are you doing?
I'm good. It's good to be here.
Congratulations on your 13th year of having your blog. How does it feel to have a blog for so long with so much support?
It's crazy considering that I started it with such low expectations. I didn't really think it was going to be a thing. And I just kind of started on a whim, and it was just like a little hobby. And, you know, I didn't expect to be doing it 13 years later, but here I am, and it's really thriving. And it really fuels me in my, I'm really passionate about it, and it's just like this thing I love doing, so it's really amazing.
Why did you decide to create a blog about Asian American news and not any other sort of blog?
Well, when I started the blog, I didn't know I was creating a blog about Asian American. I was just kind of putting my thoughts out there, and responding to things that were happening in the news and current events, and making a space for that, and what really changed it was finding out that people were reading it and responding to it, and were just kind of coming to the blog to hear what I had to say. And so I was like, wow, I have a voice, and with that voice, a community was formed. And so I was really like, I don't know, there was no conscious decision to do it. It just happened,
And why did you think that it was important to write about Asian American news, though? What about it? Do you feel like we need more visibility?
I mean, it was definitely, there was an element to it of being like, we have to have a voice. We have to, and I'm not saying I speak for a lot of different people, but I really was like, at least people need to have an opinion about something, and we need to have a presence out there. And a lot of times I just felt like we're not being represented in media. We're not being represented. The Asian American perspective doesn't proliferate through a lot of the things that we see in the media. So I think it's really important for people to vocalize things that they're thinking, even if it's not a popular opinion. You got to say something,
Did you suffer through any hardships while you were trying to create this and maintain it? Were there any difficulties in your journey?
Well, I mean, there's I run the blog, and I put my thoughts out there, and there's always bound to be people who disagree and express that disagreement. I believe haters is what they call it. And I get that. I've done this long enough where I've seen a lot of that, but also that I've been able to develop a kind of a thick skin about it. And the internet is an interesting place where that happens. So yeah, that's been challenged. And then also just I'm a human being. It's like I require a certain amount of sleep, and the news, the process of running the blog, it never stops. Yeah. It's a constant process. You wake up the next day, there's more stuff to do. So that's a challenge, but it's also a challenge that I enjoy. So it's been good.
And how do you think about V3 and AAJA asking you to come out to moderate a panel? How does that make you feel?
It's awesome. It's as someone who started out this thing just behind my computer, very humbly in my bedroom, just clicking away. Never really anticipated the real life interaction with people, and this community space that V3 has become. People to convene and really talk about the stuff, and like I said, community. It's all about community for me. The more I do this, the longer I realize that community is really the thing that really drives me and keeps me going. I love that. I love finding that. So yeah, I'm always happy to be a part of this gathering.
As a professional blogging person, do you have any advice for people that want to create a blog for the first time and don't know which website to use or which avenue to take?
Well, there's any number of ways for you to get on the internet and express yourself. I mean, some people, whether it's like Tumblr or use Blog or WordPress, whatever. That stuff, people will find that whatever platform they use, it's suited to them. And that's. But the most important thing I think is really to just, if you have an impulse to write and blog and put your thoughts out there, do it. Don't wait for the right circumstances where I want to get the right format, or I want my blog to look just right. It's like just start writing, because that's the hardest part, getting started, and then just keep on doing it if that's what you're really passionate about. I think a lot of people will kind of give up because they I don't have enough followers and stuff like that. But it's like, you know, if you're really doing it for the followers, you're not doing it for the right reasons. You want to do it because you have something to say and you want to put it out there. And, you know, and I think with that, if your voice is true and you're doing what you really like, I think with that, an audience will follow. And just keep doing it. You know, if you want to do it, just do it. Create, you know.
Well, thank you very much, Phil, for enlightening us, educating us, and just entertaining us through your blog.
Well, thank you for having me and asking these awesome questions.
Thank you. And this is Phil Yu, and I'm Vicky Nguyen with IdeateTV.